Bali Grana Weep Ninny Bong, I'm Engineer Hoist, and welcome to our Transformers Earth Wars news live stream. Excuse me, starting off bad already. Welcome to all of you watching the replay, and welcome to those of you in the chat, including Mr. Steeler, Joey Johnson, Super VH, Jake Moore, AP, Razorquake 46, The Mercenary Terror, Pone Ranger for Life, Wolfman, William Edward Hackman was here earlier. I'm sure he'll be back. David Sweeky, welcome to all of you guys. Welcome. We're here to talk about Transformers Earth Wars news. We've got some crystals to crack, and got some new toys to show off after we get through all of the game business. So grab a snack, sit back, and how about we just go ahead and get started with the news. This weekend's event is called New Order. And to take part in this weekend's event to win up to 5 of those 500,000 XP items, 20 million Energon and Alloy, 30,000 premium shards, 7,500 3-star shards, 2,500 4-star shards, 200,000 spark, and 1 War for Cybertron skin core. Everybody always loves those. This is an individual event. It's just one big prize list. Starts at the usual Friday start time, ends at the usual Monday stop time, and super XP throughout the event. Got to be headquarters level 4, but do not need to be in an alliance. You hit the yellow event button, pick your zone, win the battle, collect your points, and collect your prizes. The event battle zones are the standard battle zones, and here is a list of the prizes available. The event ends at 10,000 points. Should be a nice and easy one for most people out there, except if you're like in the beginning stages, then it might be a little hard to get to 10,000. But not too difficult for a lot of you guys, regular viewers. So yeah. Other news: new squad slots are coming. That's easy for you to say. So currently, if you've reached the level in the game where you've unlocked all of the slots, it's actually based on your combined power of all of your bots. You can see the number up at the top right hand corner of your screen, and I believe it's 100,000 get you unlocked all of them. Right now it's 14. They're going to be adding 2 more. If you haven't quite reached that, you're not going to see those new slots just yet, but it'll be nice having a couple extra slots, because I find that particularly with the Game Pass, if you go for the Premium Pass, you end up with 75 fuel cells each recharge cycle. I end up having to do the last few battles by just swapping out one of the slots over and over and over again. So it'll be nice to have those few extra slots. Rafcor is actually, by the way, welcome. I wonder what will happen once we get all the War for Cybertron cores. That's a good point, because not everybody got started right at the first when they started putting those skin cores out like a lot of us did. And basically the way it works, if you're not familiar with them, is you will get the skin core for one of the bots on your main faction. It's not all of the bots on your main faction, but mostly just the ones that appeared in the Netflix War for Cybertron show. Once you've gotten all of those for your main faction, then you'll start collecting the same skin cores for the opposite faction. Now, what happens after you collect all of those? I don't think we've reached that point yet, but I guess we'll find out at some point. Because again, they can't just stop because some people haven't quite got them. Maybe they'll add new bots with new skin cores for new bots. It'd be interesting to see what happens. But yeah, so new squad slots available. And we got a preview of these a couple of weeks ago. And the new combat bots are now officially revealed in the newsletter. The first one for the Autobots is Victory Leo. Yes, he's a combat bot. Get over it. You're not going to be a full-size bot. The nice thing about it is he is going to have additional interplay, apparently, with Starsaber. Also, the V-Lock cannon is coming. I don't remember how they said that's going to be coming interplaying, or if that's going to be part of the combat bot, or I heard mentioned it might be related to like a bot specific or a G1 core. I guess we'll find out. But Victory Leo is a raging force of nature, almost elemental in the way he can go from naught to apocalyptic in a matter of seconds, especially when in sync with V-Lock. He seems calm and collected, but it's just a slight lull between bouts of stormy temperament. His pump's in the right place, but his capacity to lose sight of boundaries is legendary. Yeah, and we'll take a quick look over here. This is, of course, the Victory Leo that came with the HasLab Victory Saber. And, of course, we also have the V-Lock cannon that also came with the HasLab Star Saber. And I did discover you can actually, if you open up this little compartment on his back here, which is not quite so easy to do. This is required to attach him to Star Saber. You can actually put this clip down and attach it right there. Other people have probably known this already, but I only just investigated it today. So you can actually have Victory Leo rocking the V-Lock cannon there as well. So pretty cool. Now, his counterpart, as you may expect, if this is something for Star Saber, we're going to get a counterpart for Deathsaurus. And so his combat bot is Tiger Chest, not Tiger Breast, as was the original one, because too many people have their minds in the gutters, so we have to call him Tiger Chest now. Tiger Chest is as dauntless and proud as his name suggests, and as predatory. He's also fiercely loyal to Deathsaurus, the one master he acknowledges. He also has the sharpest optics of all combat bots and is proud of the fact that he never misses. In combinations with the LMD cannon, aka liquid metal destroying cannon, he is a mini weapon of mass destruction. So I don't have the HasLab Deathsaurus yet because it's just not out. I did back it. It's just not going to be out for another few months at least still. So I can't compare it exactly to that, but I can compare it to this little tiger chest / tiger breast, whatever you want to call them, which is from the Planet X. It's Minios, which is their version of Deathsaurus. And as a chest minion, he is a little bit more appropriate for a combat bot. They did not release a version of the liquid metal destroying cannon with that particular third-party figure, so I've got nothing to show for it. But the HasLab Deathsaurus is coming with one, and you can bet your bottom dollar that when I get it, we'll be seeing it on a string. So pretty cool. It does. I mean, that's a cool looking weapon. I don't know what all those extra little barbs are on the side. Maybe it just helps power up the weapon. I don't know, but it looks mean. I wouldn't want to be on the business end of that particular weapon. Okay, and we also saw these guys last time, but since the new Cyber Pass saga started today, figured we'd go ahead and talk about the skins that you can get at the end if you happen to purchase the premium pass. For the Autobots, it is GPS Slingshot, also known as G2 Slingshot, and for the Decepticons, it is a G2 Hook. And if you guys don't know what GPS is, I know a lot of you do, but if you don't know, it's gold plastic syndrome. Back in the days of G2 and that kind of era, any transformer that was made with a gold plastic, over time that plastic became brittle and just would crumble into almost dust anytime you tried to look at it the wrong way. And Slingshot was the most notorious, the G2 Slingshot toy. The actual G2 Slingshot toy, not the Combiner Wars Slingshot in the G2 colors. The actual G2 Slingshot was the most notorious sufferer of the GPS, the gold plastic syndrome, to the point where probably there's not many still fully intact today. So that's why we're calling him GPS Slingshot, and so that's what we're going to do. So. Yes, I did actually list it as GPS Slingshot because that's what we're going to call him because it's funny. And now it's everyone's favorite time, particularly Razor Quake. So we're going to go take a look at the community corner. These are pictures and creations that sometimes collections that our members of the Discord submit to show off every week. Frequent submitter, poster, sharer, Razorquake 46, starting us off with his creations in Forza Horizon 6. I want to say, I can't even remember the number. It's 5 or 6, but starting off with a really nice rendition of Road Rage there. Very cool. And we also have an original take on Blue Streak. Yeah, I dig it. Different car, but same color scheme. I like it. And original take on Prowl. Yeah, well done. I'd buy it. It doesn't have the light bar, but maybe he's one of those incognito police cars that has the lights on the inside. So very nice. And Transformers Prime smokescreen when he got those new colors in Season 3. Yeah, I like that a lot. Yeah, I really liked those colors on smokescreen. And that car even kind of looks like it. It was a completely made-up car in the Transformers Prime show. That car he did a good job finding one that looks like it. We have Bayverse Deadlock. Very cool. Like sharing a car mode with Drift, it looks like. So we have an original character here called Ripshot. He was an Autobot. Nice looking car there. Like the dice on the headers. And another original character, Diora. That is a weird looking car. That's actually in the game. That's kind of crazy, man. And Dark of the Moon, Dino, or they called him Dino, but he was also listed as Mirage in the credits for some reason. But he's Dino because nothing about that character or look or anything said Mirage. I don't know why they said Mirage. It's Dino. But okay, anyway, off the soapbox. So it looks good though. Looks good. And PB2 has finally completed his Titan-sized Minecraft creation of Fortress Maximus. As you can see, is so big you can't even see all of him because his head is in the clouds, quite literally, and you just can't see all of him because the clouds just obscure, part of him one way or the other. It's just I love that shot from down below. That's awesome. That's really well done. Just I can't I wouldn't I consider myself a pretty patient person. I would not have the patience to do something like that. That's amazing, absolutely amazing. And for a little bit of a smaller bots, back to the normal size bots, we've got Convo Bat, and Metalligator. These are the. I think you did that because of the bat was the color scheme for Mind Wipe in the last saga, and that was based on the original Optimus Primal and Beast Wars Megatron toys. Because Optimus Primal was originally going to be a bat, and Beast Wars Megatron was going to be a crocodile, but they decided to go with the gorilla and Barney dinosaur that we all know and love. But we definitely still see them in their originally intended forms. I believe they made toys for these, and they just released them as those. So, well done, well done. And Razorquake showing off his collection. I'm proud to say the Fallen shall rise again. That's the Studios series Fallen figure. It's a rather large figure, by the way. I was surprised at how big it is. It's really impressive. In robot mode, the alt mode is just completely pointless. But you gotta transform it at least once, just to say you did it. But we also got Hot Shot. So very cool. That is a fun little figure, that Hot Shot. And last but certainly not least, looks like a Legacy Blitzwing. Very cool. And of course, anytime the Fallen is around, there is also an Optimus who has to come out of nowhere and say, "Give me your face." And coincidentally, intentionally, the Studio Series Fallen figure does have the gimmick where you can take off that mask, so that Optimus can take his face. And in fact, it comes disassembled. It comes off, or at least mine was loose in the box. So Optimus Prime must have managed to get inside the box and take his mask off. And PB2 here again with the Minecraft creation with the G2 hook, and also following our joke of calling him GPS Slingshot. That warms my heart to see that. So thank you for that. Let's see. Ironhide 1975 has this is an original creation that comes from Zapbots. And it looks like a quadruple changer who turns into a 747, a dump truck, and a submarine. Boy, he's just ready to go anywhere, isn't he? Yeah, we've got more from PB2 with the Minecraft. We've got using his original name of Tiger Breast. And a different way of putting together blocks to create Transformers. Prime and Duncan comes in with her Lego creations. So we've got working on a original combiner team. Volcra is a bot that we've seen before, but I don't think we've seen her in her leg form. We've normally seen it in the arm mode. P.S. Speaking of a different name for her, Verafina. I'm never going to. I've been remembering Velcro, and you do what you want. It's your character, but and I will learn the new one if that's what you want to go with. But very cool, very cool. And the foot also makes a good flight stand. Man, look at you being a Transformer designer and finding uses for all these extra accessories. Look at that. Look at that. Well done. And Grand Galvatron coming in sharing her needlepoint. As always, it's fantastic. We've got a needlepoint Springer. I do like that a lot. MSL Bat Ninja coming in. It's got a Siege 6-gun. Very cool. I do like the 6-gun figure. A lot of fun. A lot of fun. So congrats on getting that figure. Hope you're having a lot of fun. And that is the end of our community corner. Thank you all for your submissions. If you want to get in on the fun, head on over to Discord. Link is in the description of the video. Head on over there, join up. I post a new thread for every stream, and just go throw up an image, throw up a description if you want, and we'll scroll through it. The only thing I ask is try to keep it to Transformer stuff and follow the rules of the server. Had to get rid of one this time because somebody didn't quite follow the rules. It wasn't terrible; it just wasn't in the spirit of the stream. So yeah, so that's going to do it. Look at Bat Ninja trying to get in there with the question in the stream. Do I have any tips on Transformers Earth Wars? That's all we talk about during the stream, dude. Trying to sneak it into the Discord chat. Clever. Yeah, so it's the community corner. If you happen to be watching somewhere other than YouTube, I'm not sure where you'd be watching it, but there's the link, youtube.com/engineerways, or you could just go ahead and type it in and save it as a favorite or whatever. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter @engineerways for very infrequent behind the scenes content. By infrequent, I mean like once in a few months or whatever. I don't post much, but anyway, it's there. Promote yourself, blah blah blah. And finally, credits. Thank you to everybody who supports the channel, either through channel memberships like all these lovely folks scroll across your screen, or as moderators both here on YouTube during the streams and in Discord. So there we go, and just come back over here. We'll see a picture of these two guys together. So there are your two combat bots, Tiger Chest and Victory Leo. So looking forward to seeing those guys and seeing exactly how they interact with the Star Saber and Deathsaurus. So let's see. Just checking the chat that you guys have got going on before we get to the crystals. Mercenary Terror was saying, did I forget GPS Black Zarak? Oh no, I was mentioning, Black Zarak did definitely have a lot of problems, but Slingshot's in the Cyberpass skin, and Black Zarak's not. That's why I mentioned it. But yes, very true. Black Zarak is another one very difficult to find in the original toy. Even at what was it, like a Transmetals Beast Wars Megatron, I think, was also a pretty big sufferer. And one or more of the monster bots that form Monstructor, I believe, is also a pretty notorious sufferer. Another one comes to mind, Thunderclash, I think, also had a rough time with the GPS on some of the parts. But the thing is, Slingshot was like all gold plastic. So, yeah. What if the Insecticons were able to combine? That would be pretty terrifying, especially in G1 where they had all those clones of themselves. That would be a ridiculous Transformer. Didn't they do something like that in the comics? I don't know. So, all right, let's go ahead and crack some crystals and stick around. We can ask questions later. That's usually how we go. I always check for a few questions here or there, something I missed. But we go news, we go crystals, and then we go with a few questions here and there. Mostly the free form, ask me anything kind of things. Usually near the end of the stream. Um, as we're cracking crystals, I usually can field a few questions or whatever, because sometimes it just takes a while to go through. Although it doesn't take as long now with the times 10 button, and you can skip the whole thing. But I do happen to haven't been cracking I've been collecting, but not cracking all my free crystals and stuff. So we'll go ahead and go through all of these chips. I don't expect to get a whole lot of fun stuff, but we'll see. Maybe we get lucky. Because I do get three stars on the combat bots every so often. They seem to be a little bit more generous in the combat bots with the 3 stars. Ditto saying combiner name for an Insectagon combiner would be called Hive Mind. I love that. That is like the perfect name. But what would be terrifying is the Insecticons from Transformers Prime. The G1 Insecticons are classic, but Hardshell and his Insecticon Hive from Transformers Prime, unbelievable. It still makes me mad that they never made like a really good like Voyager class type figure. All you could get was like the little Commander class. So, which it was good for what it was, but all it did was make me really wish for a larger one. And the third party scene wasn't quite what it is today back then, so we didn't see a lot of them creating entirely new bots to fill those gaps. If the third party scene back during Transformers Prime was what it was today, we probably would have seen a third party Hardshell. And I'm not entirely sure if I would get it, because back then I wasn't buying a lot of third party or overseas stuff. That's why I never got the Prime breakdown until they released it. Oh look, it's a 4-star Shroot. Yes, nice. A 4-star assistant to the regional manager. Let's go ahead and activate the times 10, and we'll go ahead and skip these free. We've got a few bots and some sparks and some, whatever. And here's the Decepticon side. I occasionally get new 2-stars through here. We didn't even get a whole new bot out of those 10, just a lot of boosts. Yay. I see you guys are liking that Prime Hardshell too, yeah. All right, let's go through. These are all the whatchamacallit, dispatch missions. So pretty nice solid shards there from the medium chest. Won't complain about that from the small chest either. And there we go. We've got some spark and another red credit. Super VH saying it's almost time to change profile pic to commemorate Rise of the Beast. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that movie coming out. The trailers look good. I mean, the trailers always look good, but I always go into any movie with an open mind. I try not to have high expectations. That way, you won't be disappointed. But I also don't go into a movie expecting to hate it either, because if I expect to hate the movie, I'm not going to go watch it. So I'm sure it'll be fine. All right, so I'm not sure what this chip is, but we'll track that and see what kind of duplicate we get. It's the chicken stick, Taraxodon. And we got a total spark crystal. We got a G metal chip. Enhanced ordnance. Dig it. Yeah, I think this is a War for Cybertron chip from the last event. This is, I don't know. Hey, speaking of Insecticons, another G metal chip. I think this might be the XP from the Cyber Pass. Yeah. And that means this gold one's probably an XP from the Cyber Pass as well. A couple of gold chips. Funny Fox is saying with the story in the game, I think you're talking about, you have a feeling the Leo Convoy might be coming. He's a legend and a leader. Bonus answer, he has more toys than a lot of the G1 bots. Could be. Honestly, I haven't been keeping up with the story. I don't know. But these are the skins from the last Cyber Pass. Velocitron Speedia Cosmos, the basically the blue sticker for his chest. Basically all it does. And here is the Bat Primal, the combo bat for Mind Wipe. Go ahead, activate this and scroll through these premium crystals. Yeah, we got a few 3-star bots, but they're all duplicates. Did get a bonus 4-star lightning rod. Don't really need it. Let's skip this one too. What do we get? Oh, we did get a duplicate 4-star punch. That's nice. And target protocol. Yep, don't need it. And I'm pretty sure we've got. We've got a few more premium crystals to crack. I don't think we're at the point of cracking any of these. No, we'll just go back and crack these premiums. It is a duplicate parade. Gotta think about it. Not sure which duplicate to give me. Hey, there's a 6-gun. Wow! Back-to-back Wheeljack and Hound 4-star dupes. That's pretty crazy. And we got a G1 Wheeljack and G1 Hound gold cores. I know I have gold G1 Hound. I'm not sure about a G1 Wheeljack. Cool. We'll crack a 4-star crystal. This is also a duplicate Sunstreaker. Got a gold G1 Sunstreaker. I like it. And this is a new bot. This is 3-star Ariel, because we had a late last-minute push for one of our former Alliance members. After finishing his old Alliance, he came and dumped a bunch of points and helped us push us over the level to help us get the 3-star Ariel, who, of course, is coming as a toy, which is not even available for pre-order yet, but is basically a recolor of the Legacy RC that I have here up in the corner. So very cool. I kind of wish they would have helped us until the toy was out, so it would have made a lot more sense. But and since it's a new bot, we're going to get a story. Alita 1, we should talk. Ariel. So it's like talking to her past self. I believe, Alita, what you have to say is somewhat academic, given our divergent paths. Like multiverse business or something, I guess. Academic? That sums you up, Ariel. Sometimes you gotta go with your gut, not your intellect. If go by Go with your gut means you succumb to primal instincts. I prefer my more ascetic approach to problem solving. We were at war, Ariel, with an enemy that would trample on all our ideals. There was another way, sister. You chose not to see it. Ah, there's no talking to you, Ariel. The Autobot High Council chose wisely when it made you an elder. You're every bit as stuffy and self-important as the rest. You're very hard on her, Ariel. Alita is a brave and committed warrior with the highest ideals. And yet, Optimus, she took up arms, the path of least resistance. Sentinel Prime, my predecessor, tried reason and rationality. Megatron blew a big hole in him. It's a vicious cycle, Optimus. Conflict engenders an escalation. Take these Earth Wars. I had a feeling we'd get to this. Sooner or later. Questions have been raised at the highest level about your handling of this offshoot campaign. I'd hardly call it that. If anything, Earth has become the nexus of our struggles. Whatever. I should warn you, Optimus. Force us to step in, and it will not go well for you. If I didn't know you better, Ariel, I'd say that was fighting talk. Found a Peter Cullen replacement? Yeah, hardly. I could not do a girl voice. I'm, the best I could do is raise it up a little bit. If I wanted to do a real, like a female voice or whatever, I'd have to get like one of those voice changers or something. I looked into it briefly, but it seemed harder than and more trouble than it's worth for the few times that we do that. So, yeah. Yeah, so that's basically it for the Earth Wars stuff. We got the new 3-star Ariel, 5-star Hoist is doing well. He's off on a dispatch mission right now. He's a little over 40 right now. Actually, I think he was 40 as he went into the dispatch mission. And yeah, fun times. Razorquake saying, at this rate, Orion Pax and Optimus Prime are going to be separate characters. They are coming out with the new Amazon series, starting with Orion Pax and Senator Shockwave. So it is very possible we could be seeing an Orion Pax in the game. I mean, if we've got Ariel in the game, it kind of would make sense to see an Orion Pax. And let's see, what else was it? Minor Megatron and Senator Ratbat. So very cool. Very cool sets. I don't think I'm going to get either one of them because I've got extra Siege Megatrons. If I want a minor Megatron, I'll slap some paint on one of them and print out an accessory. If I have a Senator Ratbat, I've got two of them actually. I have there was actually a Senator Ratbat from the Generation Scourge mold. It was one of those the big flying wing figures. It was only released in Japan. I got it. Plus, I also have a third party Senator Ratbat, so I don't really need that set. And Orion Pax, honestly, I like the one that came in the Hero is Born set with Alpha Trion, and that's just basically a retool of Siege Hound. And the Senator Shockwave, well, it's a neat idea. It's just another Seeker, and I've got like 9 of them. So those are two sets that I'm probably going to skip. So, wonder how are they going to handle Senator Shockwave? Is he an Autobot, Decepticon, or neutral? That is a good question. How would they do it? If you're asking about how would they do it in the game, not sure, because he was definitely not a Decepticon at that time. If anything, he was on the Autobot side. It was only after that he was captured and underwent the Imperator to basically take away his head and give him just the Cyclops look, and took one of his hands. That he kind of became more jaded and became more on the Decepticon side. So, but at the time, when that story was taking place, there really were no Autobots or Decepticons. It was just a society of Cybertronians. So Megatron wasn't even a Decepticon at the point that he was a miner. He was a guy who went and worked in the mines, but he had ideas. So, but since for the toys they have to brand them one way or another, they'd probably brand the Rat Bat and Megatron as Decepticons and brand the Senator Shockwave and Orion Pax probably as Autobots. That's probably how I would see them. I'm not sure if that's what the packaging says, but that's how I would expect it to be branded on the toys, at least. So, yep. Speaking of toys, I told you I got toys, right? So let's go over here. So last time we were here, I showed you Studio Series Gamer Edition Optimus Prime. And I also showed you his counterpart. This was the original Fall of Cybertron Optimus Prime. As much as I like this figure, I kind of like the new one a little bit better. I mean, the bulk is really cool. And this guy is a pain to transform. This guy, not so much. Not a big fan of the remove the arm gimmick. I get why they did that. It makes sense. Not really a big fan of it, though. So in line with that, I got Barricade, which I was getting no matter what because he didn't have an original figure to compare against. And I also got Bumblebee. Also, I do have the original Bumblebee. So we'll get Beeftimus Prime out of here. And let's start with the bees. So as you can see, the original War for Cybertron Bumblebee is both deluxe class figures. The original one is quite a bit bigger in vehicle mode. I've never been able to get this guy completely tabbed together. There's always a gap, usually right there along the side. The newer one, similar problems, but it's more manageable. Like I don't quite have it tabbed together there. He comes with a couple of different accessories. He comes with this kind of blaster cannon. He's also got another little ray gun. Both of those are for the arm swap gimmick, and he does come with a little sword that he just holds with a standard 5mm peg. Excuse me. So let's go ahead and see if we can get these guys transformed and compare them in robot modes. This is the first time I've transformed him back from vehicle mode. And let's see. I forget how to do this already. I know this flips up. This comes like that. That comes out there, but how do I do? I think I got it. Yeah, there we go. Before I unfold it, you gotta fold this. Put that up over here, put that around, and then you can flip these legs around. All right, so there we go. Rotate at the waist. These arms kind of tab in there. Pretty complicated little figure, particularly for today's styling. This piece flips in like that, so the head so it can go down around his head. The wheels flip back around like that. Fist comes up. And the backpack just kind of collapses like that. So there is your Bumblebee. Like I mentioned, the arm can come off. You can give him a gun. You can give him another gun. Or you can give him his hand again. He also will hold his sword. Yeah, I didn't think to try this until now, but you can kind of give him, sort of doesn't really fit in there. It's kind of short for him. Yeah, they are actually different sizes because the Bumblebee doesn't go on Prime's arm. But yeah, you give him Prime's arm. It doesn't fit securely. And like I said, the peg on Optimus Prime's arm is too big for Bumblebee, so I couldn't even show that. But there's that Bumblebee. This guy, this one's kind of a nightmare to transform. That if anything, that's the benefit of the new figures is these older ones are kind of a nightmare. Getting to robot mode, I don't think is as big of a issue, if I recall. Let's start with the legs first. Pull the leg off of the mushroom peg. That's part of the transformation. No, it's not. Yeah, so there we got legs done. This is not a transformation tutorial, so sorry if you didn't see what I did. But and here, the whole front, whole wheel well and everything goes with his arm. And yeah, I remember this head has to be just right to get through this gap. And just kind of fold these back up around. And so there is the original Bumblebee. He does come with this little gun that stores underneath the back of his vehicle mode. So there you go. You can see the original Fall of Cybertron B with the Studio Series Gamer Edition Bumblebee. And of course, the other guy, he did come with this sword gimmick. I forget exactly how you're supposed to do it. Anyway, I don't want to break it. But he's got flip out swords that work somehow. I think he just there you go. So we'll just flip out that one. So he's got a little bit of extra work, a little bit of extra features as well. So two really different figures. Uh, the yellows are different colors a little bit. You can tell clearly different sizes. But yeah, there's your two bumblebees for comparison. And then Barricade, who is in a class of his own, has no original character. He also has a gun. Just works on the remove the arm gimmick. Pretty cool little grill. The backside's probably the coolest thing. It's hard to see with all the black, but he's kind of got like a thruster here, a couple of extra side thrusters, tailpipes, and all that stuff. Really nicely detailed in the back here. Could use some paint to help pick out some of the details or whatever. Don't know if I'll ever get around to that, but it would make it really pop. Toy Hacks decals, which are almost certainly coming, definitely will help as well. So this whole back section pretty much just opens up, and so yeah, so there he is. There is Barricade, and the feet kind of flip out. So yes, here is like one step changer Barricade. Okay, it was two steps, but but no, that's not how you do them. Clearly, fairly simple transformation. It feels honestly. I know some people haven't been super happy with them. I'm not quite as angry as some people, but I will agree this feels more like a RID 2015 toy than Studio Series. The way that just the way that he transforms, particularly the legs. There's almost all Transformers nowadays, particularly Studio Series, have like an ankle tilt. This guy doesn't. They're just like standard A-frames, just A-frame stance. And so you kind of open this up and somehow pry out the hands. I don't know how you could get in there without using a spudger or some other kind of tool. All right, so there you go. There is Barricade, the way that you're supposed to transform him. And as you can see, he kind of has a little bit of trouble standing. I personally don't like the wheels up there by the hips, like the Transformers, like the instructions say you're supposed to. But you can kind of rotate them back around, down more like by the side. Yeah, they come around the front to be in car mode. I kind of like them more down, around the calf area. Messes up his back profile a little bit, but so there's Barricade, and you can pull off his arm. And give him his arm weapon. Never really noticed the trouble standing before. Maybe my desk is a little bit angled a little bit more than not quite level. Yeah, so there's Barricade, Gamer Edition Barricade, Gamer Edition Bumblebee, and Gamer Edition Optimus Prime. Pretty cool figures. Pretty cool figures if I do say so myself. We're getting a Cliff Jumper. Is basically just a red version of this guy. So yeah, I'll probably get that. I do have the original Cliff Jumper from Fall of Cybertron as well, so I'll bring him out at the same time. And that Megatron looks cool. I've got the original one of that. In fact, I'm pretty sure I got all of the original Fall of Cybertron, which was just Optimus, Bumblebee, Cliff Jumper, Megatron, and I think Soundwave. I'm pretty sure that was all they made. So I'm looking at that. So yeah, here we go. Yeah, this other Optimus Prime, and oops, we'll get the other Bumblebee in there too. So there we go. Fun times. Yeah, I know you guys were chatting about other stuff. I'm sorry I didn't quite catch it. So let's see, what are we saying? Red Alert, how's it going, buddy? Am I going to print Larkin's weapon handles? Probably. He did share the files with me. If you're not familiar, you're talking about there's a weapon handle for Optimus Prime's gun. It kind of slots up in here to where he can actually hold it as a gun. He also printed some gap fillers for him. He did share the files with us. And so at some point, I probably will. Honestly, I haven't really printed anything in months. So I just had been, busy with other stuff and just haven't taken the time to sit down and do it. But I will. I'm sure I will. Let's see, Super VH saying doesn't speak Barricade to me, so I'm going to pass on him. Hey, that's fair. I mean, if you're familiar with the Barricade like we've been getting in the Siege and Earthrise and stuff like that, yeah, it doesn't feel like that. But I mean, it's pretty true to the game. So, Goku, hello, welcome. Where's the Quake says one of the few complaints is we never had a Bumblebee and Barricade confrontation. Well, if you get these figures, you can make it yourself, and I'm sure you can share it with us as well. Yeah, if I make a test set, you could use one for Prime. Yeah, I read through the lines. I read between the lines. Yeah, it shouldn't be too difficult to. I mean, it shouldn't take too long. Right? So, take it easy, Super VH. Thanks for being here. I do appreciate it. Yeah, I had to go in on that HasLab Unicron. I almost said unicorn. Oh my gosh. I had to go in on it. It was a once in a lifetime thing. It was a lot of money, but I was like, we'll never get another figure like that. If I'm gonna be in on Transformers or whatever, I just got to go in. I'm lucky I was able to afford it. It was a lit. I had to rearrange a few things, but it was fine. I'm not going to say it's like if you're not a Transformers fan if you couldn't get a Unicron, that's dumb. Anybody who says you're not a Transformers fan if you don't do the thing that I do, that's stupid. But me personally, I would have regretted it if I didn't get it. I would have seen everybody else getting it. I'd have been like, oh. So since I had the ability, I had the means to be able to get it, I had to get it. Honestly, I love it. I think it's great. I haven't done much with it other than let it sit in my background ominously for a while now. But it's still, anytime I walk in this room, it's right there, boom, in your face. Hey, there's Unicron, and it's impressive. I still got some extra Toy Hack stickers for him to put on. They haven't. Yeah, I think they put out like 3 different sets so far. I did one, and I've got 2 of the other 2. I just haven't put them on yet. They definitely haven't stickered the whole thing. I don't know if they're going to continue or not. it probably depends on how well the other ones sold, and if they didn't sell well, why continue to do more? But yeah, yeah. You posted earlier. Love Prime's chunk vehicle mode. Yeah, honestly, when I first saw these gamer edition modes, I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna get Barricades, the only one I don't have because I already got Prime, I already got Bumblebee, and they're really good figures. I do like them or whatever. But I went ahead and went to, let's just get them. At the very least, let's compare them. And I also did things like, yeah, they're good figures. I like them. But even then, I was like, they're a pain to transform. Into robot mode's not that bad. Transforming the original Follow Cybertron, Optimus Prime, and Bumblebee back into vehicle mode, absolute nightmare. As you saw when I first started, I've never been able to get that original Bumblebee tapped fully in together. Um, yeah, so I decided said, hey, at the very least, they're probably going to have better transformations, and in Optimus Prime's case, absolutely does. Bumblebee, it's better. Still kind of fiddly to get lined up just right though, so it's kind of interesting that it's. I think it's just that particular design of that vehicle a little difficult to get done. It is easier than the original one, but it's still fiddly. So I did not get Skyquake. I have like almost the entire, if not the entire Transformers Prime line, uh, and including Skyquake and Dreadwing, and I like both of those figures, and gotta find ways to cut back. And Skyquake didn't make my cut, particularly as the leader class. He looks cool. He looks great. But I'm pretty happy with my Transformers Prime Skyquake. My Prime collection is actually still out on the shelf. That's one that I didn't put away. It's been out for a while, and so I'm pretty sure Legacy's coming out with a Dreadwing. I mean, why not? If you're going to do a Skyquake, might as well do a Dreadwing. It's the exact same figure, just different colors, right? So I think I saw something. Yeah, I don't know if it was a leak or whatever, but we've seen things about like might be the Walmart line Velocitron, G2 Mirage, and I saw a picture. I think PB2 posted it in our Discord Toy News channel that it is indeed going to be the watermelon variety. So that's cool. Dreadwing was the pipeline reveal. That's right. That's where I saw it. Yeah, where I forget what all did they say? There's going to be like a Voyager class Junkion. I don't know if they said on the pipeline or if it was kind of like a rumor or leak or something that it would probably be a garbage truck. Clearly homaging the animated. I don't think they're. I mean, that would be Wreck-Gar, and they're not doing Wreck-Gar, but we could still, what do they call it, trash heap, I think. But clearly, a Junkion in the form of a garbage truck is clearly an animated Wreck-Gar reference. And I think it's going to be. I can't wait for that one. Yeah, that's going to be cool. Should do a toy collection video. Yeah, I've done one before, and I will do one again. But I'm still in the middle of a reorganization that's taking way too long, and most of my collection at the moment is put away in boxes as I try to reorganize things. So my toy collection video at the moment would largely consist of, in this bin, I've got my Combiner Wars collection, and in this bin is my Power of the Primes collection, and this bin is all my Legends figures. Actually, more like in these 5 bins is all of my Legends figures, but it's so it would be a very interesting video. Let's see. hope we're still going. Somehow I accidentally hit refresh on my browser, so I hope you're still going. My bad. Let's see. I missed this. If we get a Gamer Edition Star Screen, which we will, we better make Skyward with Thundercracker. Oh yeah, I totally forgot. They made the War for Cybertron Seekers, Starscream, Thundercracker, and Skywarp. Although I think only Starscream and Thundercracker were released under the War for Cybertron, and Starscream, and Thundercracker, and Skywarp was a thrilling 30. But we did ultimately get all three of them, and I do have those. So, done goofed. Yeah, you know what? This happens, man. This happens. Crimsy happens. Having fun with my new figure of the Dead 86 Optimus. Yeah. Was that the Earthrise one? Where is like I don't think they call them alternate universe Optimus Prime. If it is, and you're interested, check out Toy Hacks. They made a really cool set for that. It's called Monster. Basically, they take him and turn him into like almost like a zombie Quintesson. This is like there's a very faint Quintesson symbol on the big sticker for his trailer, and just like a really eerie green and shattered kind of look or whatever. It's really cool. I Patriot Prime did a review of that set and really convinced me to get it. So I did. I actually bought that figure just because of that set and because it was on sale. But yeah, if that's what it is, take a look at it. And, if you think it might be cool, consider it. Or you can just enjoy your Dead Prime. I have no doubt that you've got that Skywarp on your shelf. 40 plus Skywarp figures. Well done, man. Well done. It's a sickness. It is indeed. My current sickness, and I'd be lying if I didn't say it had no impact on last week's stream. My current sickness is Tears of the Kingdom. It wasn't the only reason we didn't stream. I did have a pretty rough day that day, so I was not in a particularly good mood after work. But yes, since it came out, I have been spending literally every waking moment that I wasn't working playing that game. It is so fun. So, and we're talking. It's a gaming stream, and that's a game, so we can talk about it. You won't see me doing any streams on it or anything like that. There's way too many people out there already doing that, and they're way more creative. It's amazing the things people can build in there. It's just mind blowing. The most I've been able to put together is like a car, 4 wheels on a platform with a steering wheel. That's probably the most. That's the most I've done. But yeah, some of these things just absolutely bonkers. It's crazy. So much to do, so much to explore, and it's just the story is actually really cool. And as much as I like watching videos about stuff like that, like I was watching Breath of the Wild videos all the time, all the way up to the release of this. But I said I will not watch Tears of the Kingdom videos because I do not want to watch how do you do this? How do you get this armor? How do you get this shield? How do you complete this base? Where do you find this? I was like, I don't want to do any of that stuff. I just want to find it all out for myself, and for the most part, I've been doing that. I watched like some tips videos here. For tips, you should do this. For tips, you should do that. There are still some things I haven't quite figured out, and I will not. I was close one time, but then I was able to figure it out. Like, there's a few things that I haven't quite figured out, but I do not want to resort to having to look it up. Uh, so, and other than seeing thumbnails with armor sets that I haven't found yet, I've mostly been free of spoilers. It's like, oh, there's an armor that I didn't know existed. Okay, cool. I hope to find it. But other than that, I've been pretty free of spoilers. Daughter and a boyfriend playing since the release. I'm telling you, man, it's a fun game. Some people have just like figured the whole thing out. They've opened everything, they found everything. It's like I realize those people are probably like professional YouTubers, like that's their job. And even so, it's unbelievable how that even if I had like devoted like 16 hours a day, I don't know if I would be that far along. It's pretty crazy. It's impressive. Let's see. Quickest way to upgrade your characters in Earth Wars? Battles. Use all of your fuel cells. Send them in. Do your battles. Do your battles. Do your battles. Do your battles. Play events like this weekend where you can earn XP items that you can just throw onto a bot that you want. Make sure not to put it on like each item gives 500,000 XP. If your bot cannot take all of the 500,000 XP, it will warn you. Don't do it. Don't waste it. But it's just do your battles. You can power level, as they say, by if you have a particularly strong bot, and you can't do it at the beginning because you're not going to have that. But if you do have a particularly strong bot and you can go into a higher level that's noted as hard or very hard with just one or two bots, you will get a lot more XP for those bots. You also get more XP on the weekends. Play the battles during the weekends. This is one of my tips. I put out that tips and tricks for new players. My number one tip was play the game. I mean, that's the only way to do it. Ditto saying dispatch missions is also a way to get a lot of XP if you can't use all of your bots because you don't have many squad slots and things like that. That's a very good point. Keep your dispatch missions running. When it finishes, claim it and send more bots out. Claim it and send more bots out. And stay on top of your research. Do not ever let your research labs sit empty. So you can show the Discord again. The pics people were sending were cool. Well, as it turns out, Red Alert is saying that he's got a picture in here. Let me go pull this up. He's saying this looks cool. What are we looking at here? These somebody's got the Legacy Skyquake in a Gerwalk mode next to some Macross figures. Is that what you got going on there? That's cool. Hey guys, Oktar just got here. What did I? Okay, let's rewind and start over again. Bowie Brana. Welcome, my friend. Good to see you. Better late than never. So yeah, 80s Robotech figure, Skyquake, and a new version of the old one. So I wasn't too far off. Maybe I called it Macross instead of Robotech. It's basically the figures that Jetfire was essentially based off of. Not exactly, but same idea, right? So yeah, pretty cool. I mean, he fits right in. I mean, he's a long lost brother for sure. So yeah. Is it bad that I already made the creations for next week while watching the stream? I had a feeling you did that because as soon as I post that new thread up there, it's like boom, there's Razorblade photos. So, okay. Let's see, the Robotech one is technically Genesis Climber Mosquita. The American show that the American show took as season 3 of Robotech. Okay. I don't know what any of that means. But cool. I didn't watch it. I just. I guess it's not something that I ended up watching. I mean, over time, I've become familiar with it as I've become more of a Transformers fan. Of course, that type of stuff is adjacent. But I definitely don't know any of the details about it. Like, I'm definitely aware of Gundam and things like that, but I have no knowledge of any of the lore. And even just due to how popular and widespread it is, you can't help but be aware of Dragon Ball Z, like Mr. Goku there. But I know zero of the lore except it's apparently okay, good or bad to be over 9,000 or something like that. Ditto just made some fried chicken for dinner. Well, if I didn't already have dinner, you'd be making me hungry. The fried chicken sounds good. Razorquake says, I'm a huge Dragon Ball fan, but I'll bet you're not as big of a fan as Goku up there. Oh. Well, folks, I think it's about time to get on out of here. And okay, we got confirmation. Over 9,000 is good. Okay. I guess, but it probably depends on which side you're on. For the person who goes over 9,000, it's good. But for the person that they're fighting, it's probably bad. All right, but anyway, like I said, it's time to get on out of here. I do appreciate it, everybody coming, and I'm Engineer Always. Keep rolling, my friends, and we'll see you next time.